The world didn't realize it was standing at the edge of a new era until it was too late. It began quietly in 2015 inside a small room filled with some of the most brilliant minds on Earth. Elon Musk, Sam Altman, Ilya Sutskever, men who believed they could build an artificial intelligence so powerful it would change humanity forever. They promised transparency, safety, and equality, that AI would belong to everyone. But somewhere along the way, something changed. The dream of open knowledge became a race for control. The mission to protect humanity turned into a war to dominate it. And the very company born to prevent an AI apocalypse may have just started one. This is the story of how a small non-profit called OpenAI became one of the most powerful and feared organizations on the planet. A story of genius and greed, loyalty and betrayal, and the dawn of an intelligence that no one can truly control. The rise of OpenAI. The story begins in Silicon Valley, 2015, the beating heart of modern technology. A young entrepreneur named Sam Altman was already considered one of tech's brightest minds. At just 19, he had dropped out of Stanford to build his startup, Looped, which let people share their locations with friends, a concept far ahead of its time. Though the company failed to go mainstream, Altman's brilliance didn't go unnoticed. He soon became president of Y Combinator, the most powerful startup incubator in the world, the birthplace of Airbnb, Dropbox, and Reddit. Sam's sharp instincts and quiet ambition earned him a reputation as a modern visionary, someone who could spot the future before anyone else. Around the same time, Elon Musk was on a different crusade, saving humanity from extinction. Between building rockets with SpaceX and electric cars with Tesla, he grew obsessed with one fear: artificial intelligence. He believed it could outsmart and enslave humanity if left unchecked. In late 2015, Musk and Altman met for dinner in Palo Alto. Around that table sat a handful of geniuses: Ilya Sutskever, a deep learning prodigy from Google Brain, Greg Brockman, the former CTO of Stripe, and a few researchers who dreamed of building a safer AI future. That night, they made a pact. They would build an AI powerful enough to challenge Google, but unlike Google, theirs would be open, transparent, and for the benefit of all. They called it OpenAI. It would be a non-profit lab with a simple but impossible mission: to ensure artificial intelligence benefits humanity as a whole. Musk pledged $100 million. Others followed. The world's top engineers joined. And thus, in a small rented office in San Francisco, the age of OpenAI began. The early days of OpenAI were filled with chaos, caffeine, and idealism. Engineers slept on couches, eating takeout while training early neural networks that could barely form a sentence. Yet, everyone felt they were on the edge of something historic. OpenAI's mission was bold: build artificial general intelligence, AGI, a machine capable of learning anything a human can, and more. Their first experiments were small. They trained AI models to play games like Dota 2, control robotic arms, and even write basic code. These projects were steps toward one goal: creating intelligence itself. Then, in 2017, something extraordinary happened. A team at Google published a paper titled "Attention is All You Need." It introduced the Transformer, a revolutionary architecture that could process and generate language with near-human understanding. This breakthrough changed everything. OpenAI seized the opportunity, building upon this concept to create their own models. They called them Generative Pre-trained Transformers, GPT for short. The first versions, GPT-1 and GPT-2, stunned the tech world. GPT-2 was so advanced that OpenAI actually refused to release it publicly, claiming it was too dangerous. For the first time, people realized AI could now write essays, poetry, and code with frightening fluency. Inside OpenAI, excitement turned to tension. Some argued the technology should remain open. Others, including Sam Altman, feared it could be weaponized. Elon Musk grew increasingly frustrated. He accused the company of drifting away from its mission. Eventually, he left OpenAI in 2018, slamming the door on a dream he helped build. But Sam Altman didn't stop. Under his leadership, OpenAI began a transformation, from an idealistic research lab into a billion-dollar company. And soon, they would unleash something that would change the world forever. By 2020, OpenAI had built GPT-3, a massive language model with 175 billion parameters. It could write stories, mimic human conversation, and even produce working software code. Sam Altman saw its potential, not as a lab experiment but as a product. To scale the technology, he partnered with Microsoft, which invested over $1 billion in exchange for exclusive access to GPT's computing power. What started as a non-profit now had one of the world's richest corporations behind it. Critics cried betrayal, claiming OpenAI had broken its promise of openness. But the train had left the station. In 2022, OpenAI unveiled ChatGPT, a free conversational interface powered by GPT 3.5, and the world lost its mind. Within 5 days, ChatGPT hit 1 million users, faster than Instagram, Netflix, or even TikTok. Schools banned it. Companies adopted it. Entire industries began rethinking their futures. For the first time, ordinary people could talk to AI as if it were human. It could explain quantum physics, write love letters, code apps, or draft essays in seconds. But the magic came with a cost. Behind ChatGPT's friendly tone lay a model trained on the vastness of the internet, absorbing both brilliance and bias, truth and lies. It wasn't truly thinking, it was mirroring humanity. Yet, in that mirror, we saw something terrifying: how replaceable we might be. Governments began sounding alarms. Artists, teachers, writers, and coders feared for their jobs. And through it all, Sam Altman, calm and calculating, became the face of the AI revolution. He testified before Congress, urging for regulation while quietly expanding OpenAI's empire. But behind the scenes, cracks were forming. As OpenAI's power grew, so did the tension inside it. In 2023, OpenAI's board, led by chief scientist Ilya Sutskever, suddenly fired Sam Altman, accusing him of not being fully transparent about the company's direction. The world was stunned. Investors panicked. Employees threatened to quit. Within days, over 700 workers signed a letter demanding Altman's return. Even Microsoft offered him a new AI division if he left. And just like that, after 5 chaotic days, Sam Altman was reinstated as CEO, stronger than ever. What exactly happened remains a mystery. Some say it was a coup. Others believe it was a warning that OpenAI's own scientists feared they were moving too fast, too recklessly. Today, OpenAI continues to push boundaries, launching GPT-4, Sora for video generation, and even exploring AI that can reason and plan. But the question remains, if you build a machine that's smarter than humanity, who really controls whom? Because the story of OpenAI isn't over, it's only just beginning. In less than a decade, OpenAI went from a tiny research lab to one of the most powerful entities in human history. They've built tools that write, draw, speak, and soon, maybe even think. Their story is a reflection of us, our genius, our greed, and our eternal desire to create something greater than ourselves. Whether OpenAI saves humanity or replaces it will depend on one thing: how we use what we've built. So what do you think? Is OpenAI humanity's greatest invention or our final one? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more cinematic stories about the past, present, and future of human ambition. Because the story of tomorrow is already being written by machines.